Picture this. You're living in a frozen wasteland where temperatures drop to -4 degrees Fahrenheit. Every single day you've got to find food or you're dead. No grocery stores, no DoorDash, no backup plan. Just one brutal rule: survive or die. This is the harsh reality that tiny river otters face every day during Alaska's merciless winter. But today's story isn't just about finding food. This is an epic battle between brains and brawn, between persistence and predatory instinct, between the little guys and the apex predators. In the animal kingdom, river otters are like the Navy SEALs of the waterways. With their dense, waterproof fur and incredible swimming skills, they should be the perfect hunters. But winter changed everything. When winter hits, the river becomes a massive sheet of ice. It's like nature set the ultimate death trap for these little guys. To avoid starvation, each otter needs to catch at least 2 pounds of fish every single day. Sounds simple? Try diving into freezing water in complete darkness, hunting for fish that are hiding under thick ice. But here's the thing. Nature equipped these otters with some seriously mind-blowing superpowers. Their fur isn't just regular animal fur. We're talking about the most sophisticated natural insulation system on the planet. Each hair is coated with special oils that create millions of tiny air bubbles when they dive underwater. Imagine wearing a wetsuit made of air. That's basically what these otters have as their natural armor. But here's what'll blow your mind: their breath-holding ability. While humans can barely hold their breath for 1 or 2 minutes, otters can stay underwater for a full 8 minutes, enough time to pull off the perfect underwater heist. Every morning, before the sun even thinks about rising, these otters start their life-or-death mission. They've got to check every single ice hole like detectives investigating a crime scene. Here's something crazy. The ice on rivers is never static. It's constantly shifting. Every day, every hour. Wind blows, temperatures fluctuate, and small openings can appear or disappear in a heartbeat. For otters, this is both opportunity and nightmare. When they find an opening, they don't just dive in recklessly. Instead, they observe, assess, and strategize like military tacticians. Because once they're underwater, they get exactly 1 shot to make it count. With a perfect dive, the otter vanishes beneath the ice into total darkness, leaving only tiny air bubbles floating to the surface. 8 minutes. That's the maximum time an otter can hold its breath. In that window, they've got to search, chase, and catch their prey in a completely alien world. No light, no sound, just the absolute silence of frozen water. Finally, their efforts pay off. 1 small fish, but for the otter, it's like striking gold. Every fish means another day of life, another chance to see tomorrow's sunrise. These little fish might be small, but they're packed with valuable protein and fat, nutritious meals that other predators can't reach while the rivers are frozen solid. But in nature, nothing happens in secret. Every success comes with danger, and that danger is circling overhead right now. From above, razor-sharp eyes are watching every move. Bald eagles, the absolute rulers of the sky, are facing their own survival crisis. With wingspans reaching up to 7.5 feet and eyesight 8 times sharper than humans, bald eagles are the perfect killing machines. But that thick ice has cut off all access to fish, their primary food source. They're looking down at these tiny otters with jealous, desperate eyes. This is when survival instinct kicks into overdrive. If you can't hunt your own prey, then why not just steal it? The bald eagles have a new game plan: theft. And they're not going solo. 2 eagles are circling above like fighter jets preparing for an airstrike. They're armed with razor-sharp beaks and powerful talons that could easily shred an otter apart. By working together, these 2 can operate like a professional military unit. What happens next is one of the most dramatic moments in the natural world. The bald eagle, diving at speeds up to 100 miles per hour, launches its attack. The tiny otter has to face an enemy 10 times its size. But here's the thing: they're not alone. Teamwork becomes their ultimate weapon. This scene plays out like a real-life action movie. The otters got to protect the food it just risked its life to catch, while the eagle is determined not to let it escape. It's a battle between intelligence and power, between the small and the massive, between persistence and predatory robbery. This fight isn't just about food. This is a clash between two completely different survival philosophies. These little otters teach us something huge. Size doesn't determine everything. Intelligence, persistence, and teamwork can help you overcome challenges that seem absolutely impossible. In our modern world, we often forget that life is always full of challenges. But the story of these tiny otters reminds us about the power of the will to survive. They don't just survive through strength, they survive through intelligence and incredible adaptability. Winter keeps rolling on, and the survival war isn't over. As long as that river stays frozen, these otters will have to keep enduring this aerial harassment. Every day brings a new challenge. Every hunting trip is a dangerous adventure. But here's what's certain. Nature always finds a way to balance things out. And small creatures with powerful will always find a way to survive. The story of otters and bald eagles isn't just about survival battles in nature. It's about life's resilience against every possible challenge. Throughout the long, brutal winter, these tiny otters will continue their life-seeking journey. They'll keep diving into that freezing water, keep facing those giant enemies, and keep proving that in nature, it's not the strongest who survive. It's the smartest and most persistent. That's the valuable lesson we can learn from these little warriors. No matter how tough life gets, as long as we have enough willpower, intelligence, and team spirit, we can always overcome any challenge. In the end, it's not about being the biggest or the strongest. It's about being the most determined and the most clever. And that, folks, is what separates the survivors from the casualties in this brutal game we call life.